morning, Miss Golden Girl here. It is Thursday, April the 11th, 2024, and I want to talk to you just briefly about my hobby. Traveling is my hobby. Traveling is my passion. And this is what my YouTube channel is about as I share and blog my lifestyle. So today, I just want to tell you about my hobby and how long I've had this passion for traveling. Really, ever since I was a baby. Yes, my parents' divorce started my hobby. When my parents got divorced when I was 6 months old, my grandmother came from Tennessee to help my dad with my brother and I. We were living with my father. So during that time, from 6 months to 6 years old, I would travel back and forth between Michigan and Tennessee with my grandmother. She would come to Michigan, stay for a while, and then when she needed to return home to Tennessee, she would take us with her. That's my brother and I. So that was the beginning. That was the beginning, and that was the first state that I visited outside of Michigan, which started my passion for wanting to visit all 50 states. I have one state remaining as of this day, April the 11th, 2024, to visit, and that is North Dakota. And I will be visiting North Dakota this summer. Now look at the picture at the top right. That is my 9th grade trip to Washington, D.C. I started saving for that trip when I was in the 7th grade. I was in the corner store, Alex, on the corner of on the corner of Franklin Road and California. And I had already been home and came back to the store, or either I stopped in the store on the way home. And the 9th graders came in and they were talking about the trip to Washington, D.C. that was coming up. And I was listening, and then I started asking them, are you going to go on a 9th grade trip to Washington, D.C.? And some said yes. Some said, I don't know. It depends if I can get the money. So when they left out of the store, I told Alex, the store owner, I said, I'm going to start saving this day as a 7th grader for that trip because I'm going on that trip. So that was the beginning of me saving for a trip, a vacation. And I was in the 7th grade. All right. The picture underneath that one, the one that says memory of our friendship, our 12th grade trip to Freeport, Bahamas. Yes, when we were in the 12th grade, I got on the committee to plan our senior trip. And the first meeting, they gave out some places we could go. New York was the one. And the previous year, senior class had gone to New York. I had already been to New York when I was nine years old. So I wanted to go somewhere different. So I said, okay, let's go to the Bahamas. So I know this was to discourage us, just to stick with the New York trip. And so our advisor said in order to go to Freeport, Bahamas, it had to be approved by the principal. Hey, I didn't have a problem going in to see Dr. Arrington, and I made an appointment to get on his calendar, and I went in there and I talked to him about us going to Freeport, Bahamas, and we went. We were able to go. He approved it. All right, so now let's go down the picture with me with the glass in my hand. That is my graduation trip. I treated myself. Michigan State was organizing this trip, sponsored a trip to Spain, Malaga, Spain. And I went on that trip for my college graduation. I graduated Michigan State University with an accounting degree, March 1975. So I went on that trip shortly after graduating, and when I returned from the trip, the very got back that night, and that next morning I started my job with Ingham County as a grant accountant in the controller's office in Mason, Michigan. All right. That's that trip. Okay, up at the top left is my first cruise. That was when I was 50 years old. I went on my first cruise. Yes, and right underneath there with that big smile on and my hat, that was taken when I signed my retirement papers from the state of Michigan. January 1st, 2003, I took an early retirement from the state of Michigan so I could travel. I wanted to travel. So on December 31st, 2002, we were brought in to sign our retirement papers so it could take effect on January the 1st, 2003. I have been drawing a pension from the state of Michigan. I got my first pension check in 2003, March 2003. The AARP picture, that was taken when I attended my first AARP 55 plus life event. They used to have host these events in different cities. They don't do it anymore. But I attended this one in Las Vegas, and it was awesome. It was awesome to be there among my peers and all the special events that they schedule for us as 55 plus. So yes, traveling is my passion. It's my hobby. It has been a hobby of mine since I was a baby. Yes, it began when my parents got divorced and I had to travel with my grandmother between Tennessee and Michigan. So, and I'm still traveling. I am going on my next adventure, leaving this week on Friday, headed for South Dakota. I am going to work and live in the park, Custer State Park, for 6 months. This park, I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect. It is a 71,000 acre park with 4 resorts within the park, over 2 million visitors a season. Oh, this golden girl is so excited. as I embrace my golden years. I'm going to be 73 in July, so I'm bringing you along with me. I'm going to be blogging about this awesome adventure. Yes. So subscribe, like, and follow me as I blog on my new season, my new beginning at age 72, working out my 8-year plan. So I hope you enjoy this video as I've tried to give you some history on how from a baby this passion of mine began, how this passion was birthed out of my parents getting a divorce when I was 6 months old, and I had to travel between Tennessee and Michigan till age 6 with my grandmother. At age 6, I came back to Michigan to stay with my father. All right, you stay tuned.